Like no one in here can make you keep moving day to day to day to day. That gets tired. I mean, you ever talk to somebody who always needs constant reassurance or constant motivation? Like, I'm just not. It's like, damn, you again? Like, we just talking to you yesterday and you're back at it. After a while, that becomes draining. You know what I'm saying? Either they got it or they don't. And I know we love our friends and we want to be, there for them. But after a while, man, that stuff just becomes like, all right, you always in your bag about something. And you never moving for like, man, all right.
Oh, I feel sorry for them. But I'm just thinking about what you're saying. So we've been talking about, it's funny that you said, I'm going to put myself in a situation where they can't say no. Because I've told the students that the worst thing that they can say is no. Because if they go out and they kind of cast their net wide, right, in terms of maybe reaching out to people on LinkedIn and, conversing with people at church and trying to find a community of people that support them, there's always going to be some people, I mean, in my experience, it's not really no, it's just not really as engaged as I would like them to be. So how would you talk to them about, having confidence and boldness? It's pretty bold to just walk up to somebody that has money or resources and say, I need your help. I'm trying to learn and become more like you. So how would you tell them to kind of become that person and have more confidence about themselves?
Well, the answer is kind of in your statement. I mean, you just have to. I mean, you just do it. But I think when you go back, you're gonna hear no. People are going to tell you no.
Or not reply.
Or not right now. Yeah. Or they may not reply. I mean, personally, I think people should reply. I think people have this inherent pressure to think that if someone asks me for something, I have to say yes. There is no pressure in saying yes or no. It's just, listen, we can't do it, we can. Just tell the person no so they can move on and get what they need someplace else. But, you're gonna hear no, you're gonna fail, you're gonna try stuff, it ain't gonna work. That's just life. And if you get frustrated by life, then I don't know what to tell you. Because life is gonna do what life does. And I think we all understand that. Life is life, and it will deal you ups, downs, some wins, a few losses. I mean, it just is. You're gonna smile, you're gonna cry, you're gonna lose people in this life, you're gonna get folks, you're gonna get married. I mean, that's just all of the encompassing portions of what you're gonna go through as you matriculate through your teens, your early 20s, 30s, and 40s. I think it is about that boldness so that you never lose that. Never lose that ability to walk up to someone and say, hey, listen, I like what you're doing. Can you help me out? I think a lot of times it's just the ego. Folks don't want to feel like they're hopping on somebody's nuts and say, hey, listen, what's good? We all feel like, I'm not going to talk to him, he don't know me, or, so we always want the hookup. Tell your man to come talk to me. Well, why he got to come talk to you? You're the one who needs the help. You need to go over there. So a lot of times we don't do that. I know for men, that's one of those things, man. You have to get past that. If you need some help, you need to raise your hand, go ask somebody, and go do it. And it's not like you sweating somebody or you whatever. It's just you like what they do. There's nothing wrong with complimenting somebody for doing good stuff, and you want to be a part of that. And I guarantee you, they'll take you in like, okay, cool. Let's talk about it. How can I help you? And how can you help me? And let's get it going. But if you never make those moves, it ain't gonna happen. Because you're gonna be standing there knowing you need to talk to the person. And I'm telling you, life will give you some windows, man. And I've seen it. I've seen folk in the same room with the person they really need to get with. And they trying to do this whole song and dance like, nah, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? People still trying to talk to them. I'm gonna go last. And then boom, person's gone. Window closed. And sometimes life will give you another shot. You might get two. Same thing happens, you're in the same space as the person, and you're like, oh man, trying to double dutch in and out, I want to go, and the person's gone. Well, that person's already going to do what they've been doing. They're on the path to success. The person who didn't do it, stagnant, man, you're still waiting, still looking, and guess what? You might not get a third opportunity to make that move. So you gotta put yourself out there, man, and you can't be ego-driven in this thing. Nobody in here, has got it to the point where they can just tell anybody no, or not right now, or whatever, or get out of my face. If you feel like that, that's fine, but, You know, you never want to cut yourself off at the knees. And so understand that as opportunities come, take full advantage of them. And just continue to be bold at that. There's nothing wrong with talking to someone and saying, hey, let me chat you up for a minute. Can I get your contact info or whatever? And then, you know, following back up with them somewhere along the line. And again, hopefully they should reach back out to you. If you reach out to them, they should reach back out to you. And it may not be the answer you're looking for, but at least you start that dialogue, and they can, you know, persistence wins the day, though, man. You know, I've had folk, you know, they'll email me once, or you know, they'll, you know, DM you or whatever. And it's like, okay, listen, right now, you know, my phone, I just don't have it to call you back. All right, well, you know, then they'll text you again, or they'll call you again. It's like, okay, there's something about this persistence that I got to call this person back, man. So, you know, you just gotta sometimes needle people and stay on them, because folk are busy, man. They can forget. It's not you, it's just, you know, the rigors of the day, they might forget. So it's not that I didn't want to call you back, it's just, oh man, I'm supposed to do this and then I didn't. Well, call somebody back and they'll get back to you. So hope that answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. I have one last question, as I was thinking about all that you were saying, and it just sounds like it requires a lot of energy, a lot of, you know, focus and drive. And as a college student, you know, there's so many things going on. And I've realized that through my studies, because I wasn't necessarily aware of all those things before. But one of the most important things that I've seen is that the student is able to take care of themselves. And when I say take care of themselves, I mean health-wise, I mean emotionally, you know, getting social emotional help. Because we don't all come here knowing what to eat.
Right.
You know, because we've had parents or we've had whatever, so we have to self-regulate now, and we don't necessarily know how to do that. And so I was just wondering, because I'm assuming that you're a very healthy person. I don't know you that well, but I'm assuming that you're a very healthy person and you take good care of yourself because of your age and the things you've accomplished. So do you have any like recommendations for what they can do to just take care so they'll have the energy to be able to do some of the things that you're talking about?
Well, I think, you know, everybody's different. You know, everybody's body's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, you know, and I'm not the most healthiest person, man. I love, you know, doing what I want to do when I want to do it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I think it starts with one, I think you got, you know, water all day, though. You want to take in tons of water, man. I think that's, you know, that's one of those staples. I think we hear about it all the time, but you want to, you know, drink water as much as possible. I stopped drinking soda my sophomore year here at Smith. I haven't had a soda since. Soda just never did anything for me anyway. That's just personal. I just didn't like it. And so, you know, for me, it's always been water or a martini, either or. You know, I have no balance. But, you know, from there, exercise. I mean, you all, you know, you're all young. I mean, you got time to, you know, ride bikes, walk outside, you know, lift weights, whatever you do. You play sports. You know, that gets you enough exercise. But, you know, in this information age, I mean, they're all talking about superfoods and this, that, and the third. I mean, you just want to balance it out. I mean, I love going to Bojangles too, you know, on a Friday, like everybody else, or Popeyes or whatever it is. But you just know you can't eat it every day. I mean, maybe when you're a teenager you could, but, you know, you start getting to your 20s and your 30s, you got to kind of look at, you know, long-term health. Going to the doctor is important. If you have a job and you got insurance, you better use it. Stay on top of your health, making sure you're getting screened, getting checked out so you can stay ahead of that. But beyond that, you just want to, you know, I think, and stress will kill you too, though. I say that all the time, stress will kill you. If you're worrying so much about life, about other people, that'll start to wear on you too. And so you don't want to be sitting up at night, you know, at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning. I know folk who, you know, they talk about they can't sleep, insomnia, they're sitting up, you know, 3 in the morning. Like, what are you doing? I mean, you're not going to solve them problems, you know, laying on the bed at 3 in the morning. But you want to rest. Like I said, you know, I get enough rest. I think I get about maybe 5-6 hours a day. Pop up and ready to go. But you just gotta, I think, taking care of yourself is, because you're the primary rest. If you're not healthy, they say health is wealth. So if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to do none of this. You're going to be laid up somewhere in a hospital or sick at home. So you want to take care of yourself and do, you know, you should know your body better than anybody else. So everybody's body responds differently, you know what I'm saying, to know what that stimuli is for you, you know, knowing you need to eat, you need to sleep. You know, I know when I hadn't had, you know, some water in a minute. You know what I'm saying? You just know. So I'm not saying you can't do things that you normally shouldn't do. You can do that too, but you just can't do it all day long. Moderation is key.
Can
So
you
I haven't
do
cut
a
out anything. I
plug?
mean, I still
Yeah.
eat steak. I mean, I love a good steak. You know what I'm saying? So I eat beef, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, I think for me, moderation is the key. It's not. I can't eat steak every day. I mean, you just can't. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess, do y'all have any questions? I know y'all been listening. I could tell you're listening,
Do you
but
have any like summer programs or anything that like we could possibly attend or to help out people who want to get volunteer hours?
Well, we do have internships, but it's a long paperwork process, so I just couldn't tell you, yeah, do it today and then come through. So you just have to, like, you have to email me so we can start that process. And it depends on how many interns we already have. I actually stopped taking interns because I just don't have the time to be a good preceptor. And if I'm gonna do it, I want to make sure. But I have a ton of staff who can do it and take care of you.
So before do you have a call?
I don't, but I'll give you my email.
Okay.
Sir.
Going through like the college experience and all the way up to your success now, do you have any regrets so far? Like anything like over life that you would have did different? Like maybe if you took a different road, or this would have been better or something like that?
I don't think not. I mean, you know, you can't live in that phase of regret. You know, have I made a ton of bad decisions? Hell yeah. You know, and you just make sure the decisions that you made that were bad, you can bounce back from. And so, you know, I think looking back over it, you know, my life is where it is because of the good and the bad choices. It just plays out that way. The only thing I would probably, you know, you could change some stuff. You know, probably some of those relationships I was in. You know, I knew